This is the Voice Coach Podcast for all the tips and tricks on getting the most out of your speaking voice. I'm Nic Redman and I'll be sharing everything you need to know to keep your voice healthy, sounding great and working the way it should. If you're an actor, voiceover, speaker, presenter or podcaster, you're in the right place. Hopefully it'll be a wee bit of crack too. Let's get started. There we go. Hello. Welcome back after whatever version of holiday you had in the last couple of days. We've made it through Christmas. It's now time for the post-Christmas cheese, alcohol and general naughty foods detox, I think, for anyone who was at our house. But I wanted to offer you something today just to give you a little bit of impetus and space to focus on yourself for a few moments because, well, I don't know what your Christmas was like, but, mine was very much focused on making sure lots of people had a very nice time. Well, not lots, like my little family, but sometimes it feels like lots, So I wanted to, with this episode, create a few moments for you to just sit and check in with your body, check in with the breath, give your mind some space to breathe and reset things after what may have been a chaotic few days. So, without further ado, dear listener, find yourself sitting comfortably or lying if you want. Heck, who cares? Get on the bloody floor. And just tune into my voice for the next few moments as we take some time to check in. So notice your feet, whatever surface they're touching, whether you can feel a fluffy Christmas sock or the floor or a mat. Take a moment to give those toes a little wiggle. Imagine all the joints in the toes just releasing and softening. Allow the feet to feel long and allow the breath as we go through this just to drop in and fall out again. No biggie. Not trying to do anything, just let it in and let it out. And travelling on the top of that foot, just all the way from the end of the toe, over the arch of the foot, up the front of the ankle, allowing the ankle to feel fluid, allowing the muscles around the ankle to release and soften, and allowing the lower leg bones to grow out of the ankle, have a feeling of length, and all the muscles around the lower leg area to release and soften. And the breath just drops in, turns a corner and drops out again. And the next bit we get to is the knee, allowing the knee joint to feel spacious and all the muscles around the knee joint to release and soften. And the breath drops in, turns a corner, drops right back out again. And out of the knee we have the thigh, allowing the thigh to feel long as it goes from the knee right into the hip joint and all the muscles around the upper leg to release and soften. And allowing the hips to feel wide, the pelvic floor to release and soften. Perhaps you feel it on the in-breath, allowing the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals to soften as the breath comes in. And allowing it all to soften as the breath comes out. And taking your mind's eye to your lower spine, the tailbone. And from there, just imagining each little vertebrae like a piece in a jigsaw, stacking one on top of the other. With those little connections, with a feeling of space and fluidity. And each little piece just stacking up as we travel from the tailbone, curving into the lower back, curving all the way up through the shoulder blades, curving back inwards to the neck, and finally finishing behind the nose. Allowing the shoulder blades to soften and feel heavy, and allowing the front of the chest to feel wide and released. And allowing the arms and the hands just to soften. Perhaps turn those palms upwards if the hands are resting on your lap or down by your sides. And just let the breath drop in, turn a corner, and drop straight back out again. There may be a little sigh of relief there. Perhaps a sigh of relief that you found a few moments for yourself. Perhaps a sigh of relief that all the turkey's finished. Perhaps a sigh of relief that you're settled, that everybody's happy and contented. And you can allow yourself these few moments of indulgence. Just letting the breath drop in, turn a corner, and sigh out again. And allow a feeling of softness on the in-breath and a feeling of release on the out-breath. And take some time to check in with how your breath feels. Perhaps just notice if the breath feels higher or different to how it did pre-holiday. And tell yourself that that is okay. We're not doing this to affect any huge change. We're just doing it for a little mental break. Just imagine you've got a pencil on the end of your nose and you can turn your head very lightly from left to right as if you're drawing little lines in the space in front of your head. Really gentle release of the neck as the head turns from one side to the other. And then just let your head come to stillness again. And with that same little nose pencil, just imagine yourself drawing teeny tiny circles in the air in front of you. So small that if someone was looking at you, they might not even know you were doing it. Just one direction, and then the other direction. And then let your head come to stillness again. And allow the breath to drop in through that softening. Turn a corner and release back out. And one more time, breath comes in, turns a corner, falls back out again. And give your fingers a little wiggle, give your toes a little wiggle, blink your eyes, and just bring yourself back into the room, wherever you happen to be. Oh, that felt nice. I feel like that's something you could actually do while you were sat on the sofa while everybody was watching It's a Wonderful Life on Boxing Day. But anyway, if you can find a few moments just to really give yourself a little bit of space for you and your mind and your body and your breath, it's really useful just to check in on how we're feeling. Like, we're not trying to change anything. We're not going to make any huge, big leaps in our voice training here. But we're just taking that little moment of holistic awareness to make sure everything's not gone all crazy tense over the holiday period. Literally just talking to myself here. Had such a great time, but yep, it was busy. Okay. Well, listen, I'll leave you to that. The next episode you get will be in 2022. What? Oh my goodness. Who knows what that year will bring? Lots more podcasts, I can guarantee you that much. Anyway, thanks so much for listening all the way through this year. It's been really lovely to be able to impart some voice nuggets on you. I will be doing a fun thing in January. I'm going to do a New Year, New Voice sort of situation in the Voice and Accent Hub on Facebook, where you can join me for some free sessions just to reset everything, check in, set some voice training goals for yourself and get some nice exercise ideas and a little bit of inspiration for moving forward. So there's a link in the bio to sign up to that on my website, nicredmanvoice.com. But yeah, looking forward to greeting you in 2022. Thanks for listening to the Voice Coach podcast. To get the most out of your voice, come on over to our free community on Facebook, The Voice and Accent Hub. See you in there.